some setup for doing videos for my course right now, so everything looks a little bit weird, and we're just gonna go with it. This week I want to talk about supporting your child, which is something that, as parents of transgender children, we all should be doing, right? Like, our key focus is loving and supporting our child. But I've been getting a lot of messages lately from people in my DMs and on my website that talk about how they love their transgender community, they love their transgender family, but, and usually nothing good ever follows a but, they can't, and then fill in whatever they can't do. They can't use their new name, they can't use the pronouns that their person has asked them to use. And why I want to talk about that is because there is a difference between not being able to, or not choosing to use somebody's name and pronouns, and having a hard time when your child comes out as transgender and needing time and space and work to be able to accept them being transgender, or getting used to a new name, or adjusting to new pronouns. So if you're a parent whose child has just come out as transgender, whether it was like today or last week or a month ago, and you're having difficulty with that because it's hard when your child first comes out as transgender, that does not mean that you do not support your child. Okay, I just want to be clear about that right off the bat. It takes a lot of time to work through your stuff when your child first comes out as transgender. You have to do the work of figuring out, first of all, what your stuff is, and then you have decades, sometimes in years and years, of association with your child as a person that you knew as a certain gender, with a certain name, using certain pronouns, to disassociate from and then reassociate your child with a new gender and a new name and new pronouns. And that doesn't just happen overnight, right? You have to take time and practice and all the things that come with doing that work to get to a place where you can be comfortable saying that name and using those pronouns and thinking about your child in that new way. And it's not easy all the time. For some people it is easy. So some people can just do it and it happens and it's fine and they move on and it's not hard. For most of us, it's not easy. And it takes time and it takes practice, and sometimes it takes therapy, and that's okay. And that doesn't mean that you're not being supportive of your child. It just means that you're doing your work and you're getting to a place where it's going to be easier and eventually easy to be able to do those things. In the meantime, you're still loving your child and doing the best you can to be able to support them. A person who is not supportive of a transgender person, who may also be their child, is somebody who refuses to use their new name or their pronouns, or accept the fact that their person is transgender, or says that being transgender is a mental illness, or anything that sounds non-supportive of a person being transgender. It does not matter if you use the words "I love you" before you say any of those other things. You can't say "I love you, but I can't," or "I love you, but I won't use your new name. Or I love you, but I'm not going to use your new pronouns. Or I love you, but I don't believe that you are transgender. Like, the fact that you said I love you first does not make you a supportive person. The fact that you said I love you first does not mean that you are supporting your transgender person. You cannot love a person who you do not accept as being transgender. And that sounds harsh and hard, and you're right, it is. But it is also the truth. Love and rejection are two things that do not go together. And what you are doing when you tell a person, I will not use your name and your pronouns, and I believe that you have a mental illness, and I think that being transgender is something fake, is you're rejecting them. There's no other way to say that than just to say it. So I just wanted to come on here and use my out loud words and talk about that in case you were like, well, she said this thing about not being able to use a person's name and pronouns, but I'm a parent who's having a hard time using my child's name and pronouns. Does that mean I'm rejecting my child? Well, no. Unless you're refusing to do it, in which case, yes. But if you're a parent who's just having a hard time, guess what? You're a normal parent of a transgender child, because here's the thing. I had a hard time too. And it's very normal to have a hard time when your child first comes out using their name and pronouns. It's just par for the course. It's when you're refusing to do the thing that makes you be a non-supportive person. And I just wanted to come on here and talk about that and clarify that really quick so we could be on the same page about it. And if you have any questions about this, other than I don't agree with you about somebody who refuses to whatever, because this is a hill I will die on, because my whole platform is built on the fact that I'm here to support parents so that they can support their kids. I'm happy to engage in a productive conversation with you. But if you do not believe that people are transgender, or that they should not be told to support their children, don't waste your breath, because I'm just going to delete your comments. And I will see you back here again next week. Okay, bye.